Selangor Turf Club, owners, trainers, and we hope buyers, good afternoon. My name is David Chester from Magic Millions. I've been coming to Malaysia since the turn of the century, since actually last century, and used to do the auctions at the Malaysian stud sale, which no more exists. I'd like to take this opportunity on this very historic occasion, the first digital sale ever held in Malaysia. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate Captain Tan, the captain whose idea this was to resupply Malaysian racing with young, untried horses, which is great for the future of the Selangor Turf Club. And secondly, we can't say enough about the wonderful work done by Sandy Shaw and her staff in preparing these horses. It wasn't an easy job. The horses have only arrived not long ago. I've got to congratulate them on the condition of the horses, the way they look. So well done to Sandy Shaw and all her staff. This, ladies and gentlemen, is similar to the job that the Hong Kong Jockey Club have done in having an auction for all owners and trainers, particularly owners that don't travel to Australia or New Zealand to buy their horses. This gives you the opportunity to inspect the horses with your own eyes. The horses are here, they've been scoped, they've been x-rayed, they've been shipped here at the expense of the club, and they're here for your inspection. So there's nothing better than actually being and buying your own horse at your own sale. The two-year-olds you will view today are the only ones eligible for 24 races at over $1.6 million in prize money. We've got to congratulate Mike Fong and the club for this initiative of providing so much prize money for this small group of horses. In all, I think, after the second sale, there'll be only 53 horses eligible for those races, 24 races, $1.6 million in prize money. Now, ladies and gentlemen, online bidding is now open, so please, you see a horse, you start bidding. Bidding closes on the 29th of January. Well, on with the show, ladies and gentlemen. Lot number one. And please note that all the colts are geldings, so you might see in the catalogue colt, but they're all geldings. Lot number one's by Prize Icon. What a wonderful racehorse he was, Prize Icon. A son of More Than Ready, of course. He's one of the few horses that have been was a very good two-year-old. He won two races as a two-year-old, and went on and won the Victorian Derby over 2,500 metres. So here's a gelding, a two-year-old gelding, broken in, scoped, x-rayed for your competition. Lot number one. If you note, ladies and gentlemen, which I think is very important, every dam on the page is a winner. The dam was a winner, the second dam was a winner, the third dam was a winner, the fourth dam was a winner. Look at the strength of this horse, look at the bone, tremendous bone under the knee. A great horse to start with, and there's a horse that could win your early two-year-old races and go on and win the races over a bit of ground a little bit later on, because that's exactly what Prize Icon did himself. He won as a two-year-old and went on and won a derby over 2,500 metres. Out of a Loop de Vega mare, and of course Loop de Vega by the great Charmadale. It's great to see that Charmadale blood, ladies and gentlemen. And he traces back, and great to see the young South African race caller here. He remembers Emperor's Club, and he was telling me a while ago that Emperor's Club was an absolute legend in South Africa, the third dam, one of the greatest mares, probably the greatest mare ever to race in South Africa, the third dam. So you've got plenty to work on here, ladies and gentlemen. Mark him down, lot number one. Thank you. Lot number two is another Prized Icon, foaled in August. A grandson of the great More Than Ready. I tell you what I like about the More Than Ready sire line. They're great. They're great, and on the wet tracks. They can handle it. They can handle the slow tracks, which you do get a lot of here in in Malaysia. But he's a chestnut, and he throws very much to the sire of his mother in General Nadim. General Nadim was a chestnut, and he was a brilliant racehorse, brilliant 2 and 3 year old Group 1 winner, General Nadim, and a wonderful sire. So you've got a gelding here, a 2 year old that's broken, that's bled on a blending of speed and stamina. You got stamina on the sire side, you got brilliant speed on the dam side. And this fellow is from the Golden Slipper winning family, of course, Catbird. Catbird won the Golden Slipper. It's one of the great families of the Australian stud book. The Fitting family, if you have a look there in the third dam, you can see the black type, just all black type. A good-looking gelding. August foal, should come early, being out of a General Nadim mare. And as I say, General Nadim, a great sire himself, and a brilliant racehorse. The Grand Dam is by Rocket Gibraltar. You all know Rocket Gibraltar. And the third dam by Masqué. The horses are an absolute credit to Sandy and the staff, the way they look. Thank you. That's lot number 2. Thank you. Your online biddings, thank you, sir, thank you. Finished. The online biddings now open, so if you like him, have a couple of bids. 1-2 as a 2 year old. He won as a 3 year old, he won the Manikato Group 1. He won the Wyong Magic Millions. He won the Keith Nowd. One of the fastest 2 year olds of his time. So here's one, bred for speed out of a Brazen Bow mare, out of Platinum Rocker, the stakes winning mare who won 8 races. Good family. He's got plenty of length, and by Jonker, who's by Spirit of Boom. And Spirit of Boom, ladies and gentlemen, a wonderful sire at Eureka Stud in Queensland, one of the top sires of winners in Australia, Spirit of Boom. And here's the grandson of him, and Jonker, one of the first sons of Spirit of Boom to go to stud. He was bred by Aquis Farm. You can see the Aquis Farm brand on this lot number 3. Another great black type family. If you look through the book, ladies and gentlemen, plenty of winners there, plenty of black type winners. Another one, you buy him. He's a horse that should come to hand very quickly for you for those first few races of the year. And don't forget, all these horses are eligible for those 24 races and 1.6 million ringgit in prize money. Thank you. Lot number 3. Lot 4. Oh, I like his sire, Lean Mean Machine by Zoustar. Of course, Zoustar was crowned last year the greatest sire of winners in the world, the grandsire of this particular 2 year old, Lean Mean Machine. And he looks a lean, mean machine too. He's very much like his sire. He looks very much like Lean Mean Machine himself. He won 3 as a 2 year old. He won the Run to the Roses and done a great job at stud. A prolific sire of winners is Lean Mean Machine. And of course this horse, this 2 year old's out of a mare by Sebring. And of course Sebring won the Golden Slipper, stood at Widden Stud, out of a New Zealand bred mare by McPhee, out of a Versace Pegasus mare. So you got the great bloodline there, goes back to an American mare who's a granddaughter of the great Secretariat. Get a lovely short back, short coupled horse. Here's another one to mark down, another one to have a go at. And I tell you what, the sire Lean Machine's done a pretty good job up here. He's the sire of Pulse Horse and Northern Alliance, 2 very good horses by Lean Mean Machine racing here at Selangor. I've seen quite a bit of his sire Lean Machine because he stands not far from Magic Millions office in Queensland, and I tell you what, he's very much like his sire, this fellow, lot number 4. Thank you. Here he comes, lot number 5, the Chestnut Gelding, August Foal by Star Turn. Winner of the Scalacci, very, very popular sire. He's already the sire of 11 stakes winners. 11 stakes winners, and a horse up here called Montana Flash, who's won 4. Golden Pegasus, another winner by Star Turn. He's out of a General Nadim mare, and my word, the same colour as his sire, same colour as General Nadim, out of a Jade Robbery, the family of Goodmaster, who won the Macau Derby. So you've got a very good winning family here. He's very much like Star Turn, and if you just turn him round, if you don't mind, but you see that famous brand, turn the horse round. This horse was bred by Barrowmill Stud by the chairman of Magic Millions in Jerry Harvey, a good friend of Captain Tan. Captain Tan's best friend in Australia. Plenty of strength about him, ladies and gentlemen, by Star Turn. And at the recent sale at the Gold Coast, the Star Turn progeny sold up to 210,000. They sold from 40,000 Australian up to 210,000. So a very popular sire who's also very popular with the buyers in Hong Kong. He's done a great job in Hong Kong, the stallion Star Turn. Thank you. That's lot number 5. Lot number 6, a 20th September foal, 2-year-old gelding by Captivant by Capitalist. They sold up to $90,000 at the Gold Coast at the sale a couple of weeks ago. Got plenty of leg under him, very athletic, very much the Capitalist type, ladies and gentlemen. Stands at Newgate in the Hunter Valley. There's Capitalist, the sire of Captivant, who was again a good 2-year-old, won 2 as a 2-year-old. He won over $1 million himself. He won the Champagne Stakes, the 1600 metre Group 1 race at Randwick in Sydney, did the sire. So here's a gelding that could get over a bit of ground for you, and he's out of a very good race mare, a New Zealand bred race mare by Power. And you all remember Power, a stallion that stands at Oakland Stud in Queensland. He's the sire, of course, of Captain Clint. Remember Captain Clint won the Singapore Derby a few years ago. He was by Power. So you've got a 2-year-old there, ladies and gentlemen, out of a winning Power mare. The third dam Lashed was a champion weight for age performer in New Zealand. Simon Dunderdale, you'd remember Lashed. She was about in your time. Very good mare in New Zealand. And fourth dam by Sally Erie, a wonderful horse. Don't they look well, these horses, ladies and gentlemen? You wouldn't see better presented horses at any sale in Australia and New Zealand. So well done to Sandy Shaw. Thank you. Lot number 6. Oh, we like this horse. I had a lot of good comments about lot number 7 by Prague, by Redute's Choice. Prague, as you can see in your books, ladies and gentlemen, won the Canterbury Stakes as a 2-year-old Group 3, won the Pago. Very smart 2-year-old Prague by one of the great sires of Australia and Redute's Choice. becoming a wonderful sire of Sires Reduced Choice, and here's the progeny of one of his sons. I know this is a very, very popular horse with a lot of the trainers that have already been up here, and why wouldn't they, out of a winning strategic mare? She won 3, the grandmother, Miss Carefree, by Last Tycoon, she won 2, and later renowned the third dam, won the Morphettville Guineas. So you can see every dam on the page is a winner. So a great winning family, ladies and gentlemen, by Prague, out of a winning strategic mare. And I tell you what about this fellow, he's a half-brother to 6 winners, including Yes One Ball, who won 4 in Singapore. Pretty smart horse that raced in Singapore, Yes One Ball, and this is the half-brothers here. Reckon he'd handle the conditions here at Selangor, this particular 2-year-old in Prague. Lot number 70 is in your online sale. Mark him down, ladies and gentlemen. He's one to have a couple of bids on, I do recommend. Thank you very much. Lot number 7. Lot number 8 will be your next one in. Oh, I love this stallion, D'Argento. I really like the progeny of D'Argento. They're winning as 2-year-olds, going on as 3 and 4-year-olds. He was a pretty good racehorse himself. He won the Rosehill Guineas, a Group 1 race. At the recent sale at the Gold Coast, the D'Argentos sold from 30,000 to 200,000. So there's a lot of interest in them, in the progeny of D'Argento. And this fellow, he's a 5th of November foal, so he's giving away a little bit in age to some of the horse you've seen earlier, but he'll develop into a very nice horse for you, and you know the sire is doing the job. You know D'Argento's doing the job. And probably the most important thing about this 2-year-old is a half-brother to a pretty smart horse in Hong Kong in Smiling Success. So his half-brother won in Hong Kong, ladies and gentlemen. Lucky number 8. There's one to have a bid on your digital auction. Lot number 8 by D'Argento. Thank you. Wonderful family. The third dam, of course, Deck the Halls, remember her? She was ridden in Melbourne by the great Mick Dittman, the great Queensland jockey Mick Dittman. I remember him riding Deck the Halls. Champion mare. Thank you. Lot number 9. Here's a sneaky one for everyone. Heard a lot of people say, oh, I love Lot 9. Here's the Royal Meeting. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you know that I was just talking to Simon Dunderdale before the parade. Of course, he trains Lightning Gal, who's already won 4. She was last season. If she'd won one more race, she would have been the leading 3-year-old at Selangor by Royal Meeting. So you know the stallion can produce horses that can handle the track. Of course, Lightning Gal was a winner. Very, very smart filly racing here. They sold up to 60,000 at the recent sale in Queensland, ladies and gentlemen. And here's one out of an Astronomer Royal mare who won over 1,100 metres. Grand Dam by Blue Scope. Third Dam won 14 races. I tell you what, that Blue Scope blood, I like to see it on the female side. I don't think he likes you, ladies and gentlemen. He's shy. Come on, mate. By Royal Meeting, by Invincible Spirit. Look at the hind quarter on that horse. I tell you what, You see horses with hindquarters like that, they can usually gallop and they can go fast. Mark him down, lot number 9, in your digital sale. Ha, lot 10 by Trapeze Artist. Trapeze Artist, of course, stands at Widden Stud in the Hunter Valley. He was a great racehorse, Trapeze Artist. You can see there in your books, he won 7-2 as a 2-year-old. He won the Group 1 TJ. He was second leading sire with his first crop, ladies and gentlemen, sire of 133 winners. And this fellow, very much like they're good sorts, they're good, big, strong horses, Trapeze Artists. They're the type of horses I think will handle racing here in Malaysia. They're good, tough, hardy horses are the Trapeze Artists. And here's one out of a stakes winning So You Think man. Of course, So You Think needs no introduction. Stood at Coolmore Stud, So You Think. He was a champion racehorse and a champion sire. Unfortunately, dying last year, So You Think. Grand Dam by General Nadeem. I thought this could be one of the tops of the sale. Every dam on the page is a winner. They're all good winners. They're all 2-year-old winners, so he should come to hand quickly. Just another little walk, please. I want him to have a good look at this fellow. Start bidding now. Start bidding now. Lot number 10. Oh, that's 9. Where's 10? No, sorry. Did I talk about 9? Yeah, I talked about him. 10. I like the colour of this fellow, by Trapeze Artist. Very athletic 2-year-old, 24th of October foal. I've told you all about him out of a So You Think mare. Every dam on the page a winner, and by Trapeze Artist. The mother was a stakes winner. She was a stakes winner in New Zealand, won the South Island Guineas. Grandmother by General Nadeem, that speed sire, won up to 1,600 metres. Third dam by Spinning World, was a winner at 2, and the fourth dam by the great New Zealand siren Capstard. The 24th of October foal by Trapeze Artist. Wonderful racehorse, sire of the great Stitzel, and you saw how well the Stitzels sold at the recent sales. One of the great sires of Australia, and he's a grandson of him. But Trapeze Artist himself, wonderful, wonderful stallion. Have a good look at him, ladies and gentlemen, because he'll be a lot of spirited bidding, I would imagine, on lot 10, and there should be. Thank you. Lot 11 by Dubious by Not a Single Doubt. Sons of Not a Single Doubt are doing very, very well at stud. The Dubious stood in the Hunter Valley. He won 3. He was a very good 2-year-old, won the Champagne Classic at Doomben. He's a sire of 53 winners, nice short back. 30th October foal, so again, he's giving away a fair bit in age to some of the August, September foals, being a late October foal, nearly November foal. So he's just going to grow with you, keep on improving, being only a 2-year-old out of a winning Flying Spur mare, the Dam 1-4, and from that, a very, very good winning family. Look at the winners in the family. Look at the winners there. But there's a Smoky for you. There's a Smoky for you, ladies and gentlemen. I love his nice short back sprinting type by Dubious, who stood at Aquas Farm at the Gold Coast. Lot number 11. Got a great temperament, hasn't he? Lovely temperament, and my word, that's very, very good for owners and trainers. Young horse with good temperaments. Thank you, lot number 11. Next one, it'll be lot... Not working. That better? Lot 12. Have a look at him, ladies and gentlemen. A grandson of the great Farset Rock, the great Coolmore stallion, of course, Viva Sistina, the Yulong-owned mare that won, I think, 14 Group 1 races by Farset Rock, one of the great sires of Australia. And here's the grandson of the great Farset Rock by Acrobat, who, as I said, was a pretty smart 2-year-old, won the English nursery as a 2-year-old Acrobat. And what I like about this fellow, ladies and gentlemen, he's out of a stakes-winning mare, an American-bred mare by Henny Hughes. Now, let me tell you about Henny Hughes. He stood in the Hunter, and then he was sold. He didn't do much good in the Hunter, then he was sold to West Australia. And then he produced a couple of very, very good horses in Japan, Henny Hughes, and he was sold for big money from West Australia over to Japan. So he finished his stud career in Japan, did Henny Hughes, the sire of the mother, the American-bred mare. She was a very good race mare in America, as you can see. She's a stakes winner. She won 5. She was a smart 2-year-old. And I know a lot of trainers like buying them out of winning mares. And here's one out of a stakes-winning 2-year-old mare. The grandmother, she also won in America over a sprint distance. So you'd reckon this fellow would go fast, being by Acrobat, a very good 2-year-old himself, and out of a very good 2-year-old family. Lot number 12, an August foal by Acrobat. Another one to start bidding on now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Lot 12. Lot number 13, lucky number 13. Please note, before I start talking, note that lot 13 has been seen to win such. Please note. By Graf. And I'll tell you what about Graf, ladies and gentlemen. He's the sire of a very, very good horse, very promising horse in Hong Kong in Power of Courage. He's got a good Hong Kong winner. He's got a very good horse, as I say, in Hong Kong, has Graf by Star Witness, a grandson of Star Witness, that wonderful stallion that stood at Widden Stud. And ladies and gentlemen, he's out of a mare by Uncle Mo, by the great Uncle Mo, out of a King of Kings mare, the family of a Golden Slipper winner. So you're buying a 2-year-old here out of the family of a Golden Slipper winner. Got the Kitchman Hills brand, has lot 13 by Graf. So some very good promising horses. His oldest are only 3-year-olds, Graf, and they're going very, very well, very popular in Australia, the progeny of Graf. Lot number 13, mark him down, ladies and gentlemen, out of an Uncle Mo mare. Thank you. Next one in the auction, lot number 14 by Brutal. August foal this time. Oh, he takes the eye, this fellow. Brown, nearly black. He won one of Australia's greatest 1600-metre races, Did Brutal, in the Doncaster. The Doncaster at Royal Randwick. Did Brutal by O'Reilly, and of course O'Reilly are one of the champion sires of New Zealand in yesteryear. Here's a 2-year-old, he's an August foal, he's out of a Sequalo mare who won 3. Great sire of winners stood at Lyndhurst Stud in Queensland, did Sequalo, a prolific sire of winners, and out of a mare by Nuclear Freeze. Wonderful black type family there on the dam side, ladies and gentlemen. Nice colour. And by a champion racehorse in Brutal. Lot number 14. Thank you. Thank you. Tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it'd be a great idea. You've seen all these horses now. You haven't got to fly to New Zealand or Australia to see them. They're here at your back, on your back door. All the hard work's been done. They're here. Buy them here and take them, give them to your trainer tomorrow. Wonderful opportunity. And what I suggest you do, if you've got mates out there that never been in racing, why don't you form a syndicate? 3 or 4 of you get together and buy one of these horses and have a lot of fun at Selangor Turf Club. There's nothing better than owning a winner. They say it's even better than when your first child is born. Owning a winner. You get a bigger thrill. I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's what they say. Lot 15, Heroic Valour. Geez, like his sire. He's a lot of fast at lock, a lot of heroic valour in him. You know, Heroic Valour, ladies and gentlemen, was the only son of Fastnet Rock to win a 2-year-old Group 1 race. The only son. Stands at Raheen in Queensland. They're lovely, most of them big, strong, ideal types of horses for racing in Malaysia. Plenty of size and strength, and this fellow out of a Swiss Ace mare, and goodness knows me what a great stallion Swiss Ace has been in New Zealand. Actually, I sold Swiss Ace to New Zealand. He raced in Queensland. It was a Group 1 winner. I sold him to Westbury Stud in New Zealand, Swiss Ace. He's a sire of some very good horses, particularly in Singapore. Got a host of winners in Hong Kong, and he's out of a mare by Swiss Ace, who was a winner herself. Grand Dam by General Adim again. So he got speed here, speed on speed here. Plenty of size and strength in this Heroic Valour. And if you have a look, his full brother was a pretty good racehorse, won 5 races. You don't see many better 2-year-olds than that. Look at the size and strength of him. Mark him down, ladies and gentlemen. Here's one to bid on. Start bidding on lot 15 now. Thank you. Turn over the page, lot 16. By Encryption. Encryption was actually raced by Godolphin, raced by Darley. And when he retired the stud Encryption, he was sent up to Eureka Stud in Queensland to stand with the great sire Spirit of Boom. And I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, he's got a wonderful strike rate, Encryption. You buy an Encryption, you buy a winner. They mostly win. They're good, handy horses you can have a lot of fun with. Encryption, of course, he was by the great Lonhro, and out of a mare by Captain Sonador by Sharmadale. Here we go, again, that Sharmadale blood. He's a likely looking type, and I tell you what, you buy an Encryption, ladies and gentlemen, you buy a winner. Captain Sonador mare, strategic mare, last tycoon. Look at the great stallions there in the pedigree. In this 2-year-old, 27th of October. Look at the size and strength of him for a 27th of October foal. Beautifully grown for his age, ladies and gentlemen. And he's just going to keep on improving, being only a 2-year-old. Thank you. Lot number 16. Lot number 17 by Wild Ruler, by Stitzel, young stallion, his oldest progeny, only 2-year-olds. Only started to race this season, have the progeny of Wild Ruler. And please note in your books, ladies and gentlemen, that he is a rig. But while he's very much like Stitzel, his grandsire, Stitzel, of course, one of the champion sires that ever stand in Australia, stood at Arrowfield Stud, Stitzel. Wild Ruler by Stitzel. Out of a Sebring, as I told you earlier, Sebring, won a Golden Slipper. So you've got all the bloodlines here. Grand Dam by that great Kentucky Derby winner in Big Brown, Third Dam on Type by Zetative. It's an interesting story, ladies and gentlemen, the Third Dam on Type. She was purchased by a good friend of mine, good old friend of mine on Type, and he called her on Type because she was such a really good-looking filly as a yearling, and he said, I bought her on Type. Hence the name. He's very athletic, isn't he, this Wild Ruler? Very much like the progeny of Stitzel. Thank you. Lot number 17. Lot 18 is by the Newgate Stallion in North Pacific by Brazen Bow. Nice colour. 14th of October foal. And if you look in your books, ladies and gentlemen, every dam, first, second, third, fourth dam, all winners. Great winning family here by North Pacific, who won 2. He won the up-and-coming at Randwick Group 3, and started Brazen Bow, and out of the mare by the great Rubik. The stallion stands at Newgate Stud in the Hunter Valley. I just love the family. I love the winners in the family. I love the fact that all the mares on the dam side, they're all winners, ladies and gentlemen. So there's a sure winner for you, lot number 18. Thank you. Lot number 19, ladies and gentlemen, by the former Arrowfield Stallion in Showtime, son of Stitzel. They're all lovely, big, strong horses. He's done particularly well, Showtime, in Hong Kong. As you can see, they're just in this catalogue, you can see 3 Hong Kong winners. Okay. They don't like the lead colour. The colour was frightening the horses. As I say, by Showtime, very good sire of winners in Hong Kong, out of a Lionheart mare, out of an Intergaze mare, out of a Canny Lad mare. Same colour as Showtime, ladies and gentlemen, who was the son of Stitzel. He won 3, did Showtime, won the PJ Lawrence at Moonee Valley Group 2, and been a prolific sire of winners. You like to see them when they're the same colour as their sire. And you know the job Stitzel's done as a sire of sires. Lot number 19 in your digital sale. Thank you. Here's a September foal, September 2-year-old by Russian Revolution. The recent sale at the Gold Coast, 15, was sold to average 100,000. And here's a 2-year-old by Russian Revolution right here at your back door, ladies and gentlemen. Being scoped, x-rayed, shipped up here and ready for you to buy and send straight to your trainer. Very popular sire in Australia, Russian Revolution, and why wouldn't he? He was a very good racehorse himself. He won the Galaxy at Randwick, that Group 1 sprint. Stands at Newgate in the Hunter Valley. Very, very popular Australian sire. And the family's that chock full of winners. There's only 2 dams on the page. Look at the winners in the family, ladies and gentlemen. Only 2 dams on the page. The grandmother produced 7 winners, as you can see. That you're very lucky to be able to bid for a Russian Revolution here in Malaysia. Mark him down, ladies and gentlemen. A horse that should create a lot of interest and a lot of bidding. Thank you. Lot 21. By Hanseatic, by Street Boss. Hanseatic, of course, was a good 2-year-old, won the Blue Diamond Prelude down there at Caulfield, ladies and gentlemen. His oldest are only 3-year-olds, Hanseatic. And I'll let you into a little secret here. I know Sandy Shaw really likes this horse. I shouldn't tell you that, so don't tell Sandy I told you. Lot 21 by Hanseatic out of a Fox Wedge, out of a Charge Forward, out of Reduced Choice. All the top stallions there in the pedigree. He's the same colour as Hanseatic. And that's Street Boss blood, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Street Boss by Street Cry. Another 2-year-old that should create a lot of interest here at the sale, ladies and gentlemen. Lot number 21 by Hanseatic. Thank you. And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, you can't go wrong buying them out of good families. And if you have a look here, he's from one of the great families of the Australian stud book. Thank you. Lot 21. Lot 22, ladies and gentlemen, 16th of October foal by Hellbent, by I'm Invincible, grandson of the great I'm Invincible, by Hellbent. Hellbent, ladies and gentlemen, another stallion that's done a great job here at Selangor. He's the sire of Naptha, who's won 7. Pacific Snoopy, who's won 2. Silver Warrior, who's won 2. He's a sire that's proved himself here in Malaysia as Hellbent. Out of a Stitzel mare, you've got the great Stitzel bloodline mare, grandmother by an American mare by Smart Strike. She was a stakes place mare in America, the grandmother. So out of a Stitzel mare, out of an American stakes place mare, from one of the great families of the World Stud Book, the family there of Storm Minstrel. Look at the great stallions there in the pedigree, ladies and gentlemen. Very good looking 2-year-old by Hellbent, by I'm Invincible. Proven sire here at Selangor. Lot number 22. Thank you. Oh, lot 23, we've got another heroic valour. August foal this time. You've got speed on speed here again, ladies and gentlemen, being out of a Golden Archer mare. Golden Archer, very, very fast racehorse trained by Peter Moody in Melbourne. Had speed to burn, did Golden Archer, the sire of the dam. This is a great family, great winning family with chapter and verse. Sofrado, of course, a Group 1 winner. Sofrado. Very close up in the family, ladies and gentlemen, and by heroic valour, as I told you earlier, the only son of Fast Set Rock to win a Group 1 as a 2-year-old. A lot of Fast Set Rock about him again. Look at the head on him. He had the biggest head I've ever seen, Fast Set Rock. Big horse. And they're tough, hardy horses, ideal for racing here in Malaysia. Lot 23. Thank you. Lucky number 23. Thank you. Thank you. Here's one by Rubik, ladies and gentlemen, by the great Rubik. Won the Sagalachi, but more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, Rubik, the sire of 361 winners. Look at his strike rate. 592 runners, 361 winners, 15 stakes winners. He's sire of Group 1 winners. A proven sire. Great, he's been very successful in Hong Kong, Rubik. Very successful wherever they race, the progeny of Rubik by Costa de Lager. Out of a mare by All Too Hard, out of a Super Jet mare who won 11 in America, or American bred mare who won 11, ladies and gentlemen, by Rubik. Mark him down, lot number 24. He's got a good horse up here in Blue Bazaar. Not many Rubiks have raced up here, but Blue Bazaar's one. But he's another one that should command a lot of interest and be one of your top sellers in the auction. Thank you. Lot number 24. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, these horses are all eligible for those 24 special races worth over 1.6 million in prize money. Lot 25 by Odyssey Moon by Stitzel. The sire of Pacific Sky, a winner up here in Malaysia by Odyssey Moon. From the family of Loving Cup, that very, very good mare by Bluebird who won 5. And Odyssey Moon, another son of the great Stitzel. He won the Standish. Down there in Melbourne did the sire. The nice, neat 2-year-old. You'd be proud to own him, ladies and gentlemen. Very athletic looking horse. Broken in, good x-rays, scope, ready to go to your trainer, lot number 25. Thank you. As I've said, ladies and gentlemen, you've never had a better opportunity. And where's Mr. Kwan? Mr. Kwan, where's your insurance man? Thank you, lot 25. This young gentleman will handle all your insurance. And we do recommend you insure the horses. How do you do?
Thank you very much. Robert, introduce yourself. Sure.
Our insurance gentleman, this young chap.
Getting old.
Keep talking there.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, my name is Robert Ng from a firm called State Insurance Brokers, a 50-year-old firm, and we are the largest local broker in Malaysia. Tan Sri Richard Chiam, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for inviting me to this prestigious occasion, especially to Mr. Kwang, who invited me. So I'm given this opportunity to explain to you the difficulties in getting insurance for horses. Our insurance law in Malaysia is very funny. Horses got to be insured by local insurer, but nobody in Malaysia can insure horses. So Bank Negara want us to get all the insurance companies here to say no to us before we can insure it overseas. So we went around all over Malaysia, and it took us about 7 months to get all the objection and rejection from the local insurer. And then we went over to Australia, we went over to London. Luckily, London said yes to us. So today we are here to give you protection. You guys have invested quite a lot of money on horses, so I'm sure you want to insure those horses to keep on having your investment protected. So the rates, if you ask me, will be around 5 to 8%. The younger the horse, the cheaper it is. And this is per annum. So if your horse is, say, 100,000, 5% per annum rate will be $5,000 for the whole year. And it covers death of whatever causes, natural or accidental. So I hope you will take this opportunity to protect your investment. And thank you again for inviting me. I'll pass you back to
David.
Yeah, David. Yeah.
That's a very good rate, 5%. Thank you, Robert. I think Robert used to be a politician. He talks a lot. Thank you, Robert. Lot 26. Lot 26 by Exceedance, got the Barramel brand. Gee, he's been a good sire up here as Exceedance, the sire of Lot 26. Red Dragonfly, that very good horse in the CC Oi stable. Pacific Victory, he's won 5. Showall 61, won 5. One of the better sires, he's only a young sire too, Exceedance. He's done a very, very good job here in Malaysia, so that you know the progeny of this stallion do well here. And look at the size and strength of him for a 6th of November foal. He's probably the youngest horse in the sale, and plenty of scope to grow and develop. He'll just fill out into a very nice late 2-year-old, early 3-year-old for you. Out of a Tail of the Cat mare, out of a Zabeel mare, one of the greatest stallions ever to stand in New Zealand. Of course, you all know Zabeel needs no introduction to me. They sold up to $300,000 at the recent sale to the progeny of Exceedance, a very, very popular stallion all over Australia and New Zealand, and as I say, have done a wonderful job up here, have the progeny of Exceedance. Good winning family. Mark him down, ladies and gentlemen, lot number 26. Lot number 27, getting through the offering, only a few to go, ladies and gentlemen. And here's the Tagaloa, 2-year-old, 14th of November foal, another youngster. one of the younger horses in the auction, but by one of the hottest young sires in Australia. Stands at Yulong, the property owned by Mr. Jung Yu Sang in Victoria. Yulong stud Tagaloa, son of Lord Kanaloa. He loves that Japanese bloodline, the Lord Kanaloas, and he is a grandson of Lord Kanaloa. You know, ladies and gentlemen, the progeny of Tagaloa averaged $250,000, $250,000 at the recent sale at the Gold Coast. As I say, a very, very popular stallion. Out of a mare by Bella Spree, who won 2. And of course, Bella Spree, a wonderful sprinter, champion racehorse and prolific sire, out of a winning Bella Spree mare, out of a winning mare by Brief Juice. 3 dams on the page, all winners, ladies and gentlemen. The 2-year-old himself, this 2-year-old gelding, is a half-brother to 3 winners, as you can see, and he'll be the 4th. He'll be one of your top horses in the sale on pedigree by one of the great young sires of Australia. Stands at Yulong in Victoria in Tagaloa. Thank you. Lot number 27. Lot 28. Written by a son of the great Written Tycoon. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you watched the races at Trentham, not at Trentham, at Ellerslie on Saturday. The 3-year-old Karaka race was won by one of the fastest horses ever seen in New Zealand, and he's the son of Written Tycoon. Been a wonderful, wonderful sire, Written Tycoon. And here's one, grandson of Written Tycoon by Written By, who won the Blue Diamond. He was one of his best 2-year-old sons, Written By, won the Group 1 Blue Diamond. He's a sire of 101 winners, great strike rate if you have a look there. A wonderful strike rate. And of course, up here in Malaysia, he's the sire of Pacific Commander, trained by Jason Ongs, won 5. Written Towns won 3. Pacific Vampire, another sire that's done very well here at Selangor, is the progeny of Written By. He's out of a winning Sebring mare, out of an Unbridled Song mare, out of a Danehill mare, got all the great bloodlines there. He's a half-brother to 2 winners in New Zealand. Is this fellow. A lot of Written Tycoon about him. Hey, mark him down, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to sell very well because he's got the pedigree. He's got the make and shape for your racing up here. Lot number 28. Thank you. Lot 29, very interesting filly this time, ladies and gentlemen. And I was talking to Lily, the local vet. I said, Lily, what are your picks of the sale, Lily? Oh, David, I don't like telling you what my picks are. But she said, you know, really, the 2 fillies in this sale, she said, I really like them. And you know that fillies, they race very well. The best 3 horse in Australia in the last 3 years have been fillies. Of course, Black Caviar, Winx and Viva Sistina, all females. Best 3 horses to race in Australia. And I know in Malaysia you've been reluctant to buy fillies. Let me tell you, you should be buying fillies. They can beat the boys, and they beat them all the time. Interesting, very interesting pedigree here by Woodard, who's a Group 1 winner and sire of a Group 1 winner, but he's the sire of that wonderful, wonderful racehorse who tragically died last year, the Coolmore Stallion, and Wootton Bassett. Wootton Bassett, potentially one of the great racehorses and sires of the world, died at Coolmore last year. So she's a granddaughter of Wootton Bassett. She's out of a mare by Zoustar, who was champion sire of the world last year, who won 2 out of a Sharmadale. Got all the pedigree in the world, all the bloodlines in the world, and a filly to boot. I like her. Mark it down, 29 in your auction. Start bidding now, buyers. Lot 30, another filly by Dirty Work. By Dirty Work by Written Tycoon again out of Estrada mare who won 4. Good race mare, the mother. She won 4. Plenty of leg under her. You can see the dapples in her coat, ladies and gentlemen. She's looking well, feels well. Out of a Strata mare, out of a Red Ransom mare, out of a Leafard mare who was born in America. But by Dirty Work, won the Scalacci Group 2. The sire of a very good horse in Perth, a very good 2-year-old called Feel Lucky, who won the 2-year-old Magic Million race in Perth last season by Dirty Work. He's a very good sire of fillies. She's a granddaughter of Written Tycoon, ladies and gentlemen, and out of a winning mare. And as we said earlier, it's hard to go wrong buying out of winning mares. Thank you. Lot number 30. Look at the size and strength of her for a filly. Another royal meeting in Lot 31, 27th of October foal. A little bit younger than some of the others, have an impending mare. First foal of a young impending mare. Out of a Flying Spur mare who was a winner. Family of Sovereign Nation. Good black type family. By royal meeting. Royal meeting, of course, by Invincible Spirit. He was a Group 1 winner in France at Chantilly. Won Group 1. He's the sire of 24 winners. He's the sire of a Group 1 winning 2-year-old. Careful, careful. But he's the 27th of October foal. He's just going to keep on improving. Lot 31. Going to make a very nice late 2-year-old, early 3-year-old is Lot 31 by royal meeting. Thank you. Lot 32, ladies and gentlemen, by another Yulong stallion in Lucky Vega. They averaged 150,000 at the recent sale at the Gold Coast, did the Lucky Vegas. Out of a Savoir Vire mare, of course, Savoir Vire by Sadler's Wells. Look at the great bloodlines here. Sadler's Wells, Charmadale. Only 2 dams on the page, ladies and gentlemen. A great winning family out of Water of Life and by Lucky Vega, by Loop de Vega. A stallion that's really going places. He won a Group 1 in Ireland, did Lucky Vega by Loop de Vega. And as I say, doing a great job at Yulong. They're selling very well in Australia. And this will be probably the first Loop de Vega ever to race up here in Malaysia. Lot number 32. Oh, the lucky last coming in now. You know, thank you. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I made a mistake before. I told her that Sandy Shaw liked one earlier. This is the one she likes. Lot 33. Have a look at him. Just have a look at him, ladies and gentlemen. Ready-made racehorse by Hanseatic. Out of a winning mare, the mare won, was placed at Deauville, was a 1,600 metre winner. The Grand Dam won in France. Every dam on the page is a winner, and by Hanseatic by Street Boss. You don't see many better 2-year-olds than that, and he's a 29th of October foal, another giving away a fair bit in age, but look at the size and development of him. Gee, you'd be proud to own him, ladies and gentlemen. Start bidding now, start bidding now. What a cracker. What a cracker he is, lot number 33. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the parade today. As we said earlier, this is a historic occasion. It's a unique opportunity. You're here, you've seen the horses, you've seen them parade. They're right here on your back doorstep. Bid on them, buy them, insure them, and give them to your trainer. Okay. Mr. Nicky Wong from Inglis's would like to say a few words.
Come on.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you. And thank you to Chairman Tantri, Bontri, Lucy, captains, Selangor Turf Club to give us the opportunity and an honor to provide our digital sales platform to support this sales. And as you all know, the sales has been started and bidding has been started, and closing is on the Friday at 12 p.m. And let's enjoy, because the sales is going to be heating up at the last day. And also just if you have any questions, just ask any of us and the Turf Club people as well. And they've done a phenomenal, enormous job to get the horses here and get the horses ready. And the horses look very healthy and looks in a good conditions. And best of luck, everyone. And good shopping, and find your champion in these sales. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicky. Well done. Well said. Ladies and gentlemen, does anyone want to see any of the horses paraded again? Have you got any lot number you'd like to see again? If not, you can have a private inspection before you leave this afternoon. Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Captain Tan and the Selangor Turf Club. Thank you all for coming. Have a safe trip home down that awful bloody road.
It will be on the 3 majors race day. The whole program and the conditions will be announced by the Selangor Turf Club later on. And all the eligible horses in this sales will be eligible to nominate on that race. So if you have a pen, the lot number will be lot 9, 18, 19, 24, 26, 27, 30. Okay. Lot 9, 18, 19, 24, 26, 27, 30, and 33. So these are all the English graduate sales as well. Okay, one more time. Not 9, not 18, 19, 24, 26, 27, 30, and 33. So just be reminded, all of these horses are graduate from the English sales, and hopefully you all will have a chance to win the bonus, and happy shopping. Thank you.